In Misrata, the shelling is relentless. There are horror stories about conditions, and the humanitarian crisis may only get worse in the days ahead. Now the European Union has drawn up contingency plans to put forces on the ground in Libya. But an EU official tells CNN this would only be to guard humanitarian aid operations. It would only come if the UN asks for it, which it hasn't. And it would be purely logistical, with no plans for any combat. Is that realistic?
It's totally unrealistic to expect that if you're going into a combat arena and you're driving a truck, think of Iraq, Afghanistan, driving through Pakistan, all of these U.S. soldiers and even contractors have been fired upon, involved in combat, killed.
Lieutenant Colonel Robert McGuinness is an analyst who served in 4 infantry divisions. He says there are positives to sending EU forces into Libya. They could help secure ports and other areas and give hope to local residents and rebel forces. But experts say these operations can turn chaotic and bloody very quickly. The British are now planning to send military officers to Benghazi to advise rebel forces and help with humanitarian aid. McGuinness says there's a good chance those British soldiers will be targeted by Muammar Gaddafi's forces. Could there be a perilous repeat of history? Somalia, 1993. UN forces went in to feed the hungry, but got drawn into a fight between warlords. It ended with Black Hawk Down. 18 American Rangers killed in the streets of Mogadishu.
Boots on the ground for humanitarian assistance. That smacks maybe of Somalia in many people's eyes. Is this what we're looking at in Libya?
Well, very different tribal situation. The Somalis were well equipped with small arms and the like. The tensions aren't quite the same. The loyalists with Gaddafi, are getting to be brutal at this point. That's not totally out of the question, but I don't think we're quite there yet.
McGuinness says that doesn't mean it couldn't get to that point and quickly. He says if Western boots are on the ground and Muammar Gaddafi turns this into a battle against what he's already called crusader forces, it could degenerate in a hurry. Brian Todd, CNN, Washington.